Hi, everybody. We are live. We are here. I am Alcira Pastula, and I lead our social media team. And I'm here with the amazing Tina Brewster.
Hi.
And the amazing Miss Tisha Dover, our retention programs
Hi.
leader and our director of marketing and communications here. So
What's happening?
We are going to have some fun today. We have some fun topics planned. But first, we need to share this live in our groups. So talk amongst
yourselves. I feel like it's a perfect opportunity to plug our groups. So if you are part of the Swift Transportation family, we do have a couple of Facebook groups that are internal, where we sometimes go live and we talk about topics, whatever's going on, and just a way for our drivers to communicate. So welcome.
Yeah. So
welcome.
If you're in our groups, or if you're not in our groups and you're a Swift driver, be sure to apply Swift Drivers on Facebook, and we will either let you in or let you know that you need to provide more information, but it's super simple. Now, let's get started. So today we're going to talk about rewards and driver feedback. So driver feedback is super important to us, isn't it, Tina? So talk to us a little bit about some of the ways in which our drivers can provide feedback to us.
Yeah, so we actually just closed one of our annual engagement surveys that we do. We actually do it twice a year for our drivers. You can see out there, it's tell us how you really feel, which means don't hold back. Like, we really actually want to know what's going on, because you guys are out there driving and I'm behind a desk. I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to say or do, but you guys know what to do. So you tell us how we can get better, right, essentially. And so we have our biannual engagement surveys, which is at the beginning of the year and towards the end of the year, which we just had one. And I will say I have been personally reading all of them for the last couple of weeks now. I think my eyes are a little cross-eyed at the moment, but I've been reading them all, typing them all up, talking to our internal audience, our internal departments, and letting them know what's going on, what we're doing, coming up with a big plan. So that's our annual engagement survey. But we also have other things going on, right? We have our Polaris program, which actually sends out surveys to our drivers at different touch points. And we got a couple of them. There's a graphic that will show up there. So there's our surveys that we have. You'll get a text message when certain things happen, and that is just to let us know, like, at that moment, what's going on. Just kind of, it's a quick survey, so you don't have to spend a ton of time on it, right? But we just want to know what's going on, and we take that actually kind of the same way we just did with our annual engagement survey, where we're kind of combing through it, we're sending it to different departments, and just overall trying to get better, right?
So Tina, do you only get a text message, or do you also get it in a different method?
You can also get it at your tablet too, as well, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And then you get it at 30, 75 days, at random, ongoing, when you visit the shop, and also when you upgrade to solo status.
Right.
So, is there a way that if you're not getting those text messages, you can subscribe?
Yes, there is. I believe it's on that graphic right there. Forgive me, because I don't actually know the actual number, but you can text Polaris to subscribe to these surveys that are going out. Text it to 602-894-1234, and that's how you'll get enrolled into these surveys. And it's just a really good way to collect that feedback in the moment. You also get them like when you hit a shop, and so we're getting good feedback on where you are in the network and what's happening.
Okay, so there's one more way. Oh, I think
more
Tisha
way.
was going to ask about this.
Okay.
I just was going to say, like, it's super, super important, right? That they have to give us this feedback. That's the only way we can get better, truly. And so that's why we're asking so much all of the time from them. So keep going, Tina.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, we read it. I read it. Our rewards team has been calling like crazy. I know, Tish, you and your group has been calling, asking questions, trying to get a little bit more clarification just to get better. I mean, that's what it's about, right? That's what these surveys are for. We're not doing it just to check a box. We want to know what's actually going on. So,
100%.
so that's one way. We also have our Voice Your Choice. So don't get it confused. We've got so many avenues for feedback, right? So we have our Voice Your Choice network where you can actually voice your choice on different departments and things, and those also get routed up to the top. And there's a graphic right there letting you know how to voice your choice. These are all, this is kind of like a Yelp for Swift. If you're familiar with Yelp and you're going to restaurants and such, it's very similar. So it's just another way for feedback.
Yeah, and so Voice Your Choice, you can submit it on the driver portal,
Yep.
and you can submit it on the Engage app, correct?
Yes.
So there's multiple ways to voice your choice,
Mm-hmm.
and so Tina, have you seen a Voice Your Choice? How do you know? Do you know what these look like?
I have seen them. I've seen them come in to the office side. For me, they come straight into my inbox, and then I can just reply right there, and it goes back to the driver immediately. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also know that when we get something critical, we make sure to escalate that to the appropriate party. So continue to provide that driver feedback. Again, like Tina said, I know we build reports on all of your feedback, and all of this information is stored, and it goes all the way up to the top. So keep letting us know how you feel, because that's how positive change is going to happen.
Absolutely, and I will stress, be specific. Like, we really want to understand the details of what's happening, because that helps us kind of get to the root of the problem right away versus doing a ton of fact-finding missions. So the more specific you are, the better. And don't hold
the
back.
same,
We can take
yeah,
we
and the
got thick
same,
skin.
the same, the same for me. I mean, like, it comes to my inbox, I immediately, if I need to escalate it, I do that. It's just the way that we handle things, because nothing can get improved if we don't get the right people involved. So I think it's absolutely fantastic.
For sure. And it's not just like a couple people that get it, like a whole group gets it, right? So it's not just it's going to Tish's email or Tina's email. It's going all over the place. So
Right. Like I think for every Voice Your Choice, like there's multiple people attached to it. So
Absolutely.
there's multiple eyes on it.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it's important. So 3 ways. Polaris surveys, we're going to send it right out to you. We're going to get that information right away. Driver engagement survey twice a year. That's a little bit more detailed, just helps us kind of focus what to do next. And then Voice Your Choice, that's anytime you feel like dropping a line and letting us know what's up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we
So
actually pick winners. We pick winners. We put little contests, right? Random. We pick some folks that can win some company store gift vouchers. So it's worth your time. We try to make it worth your time for sure.
Absolutely. So, talking about winners and company store vouchers, I think it's time we move on to our driver rewards. So, Ms. Tisha Dover and actually Tina here play a big part in our driver rewards and recognitions program. So, Tisha, what kind of rewards do we have here at Swift for tenured drivers?
Well, I want to just put a plug in too that there isn't one single person at Swift that shouldn't be a part of a rewards program. So we have it not only for our drivers, but we have non-drivers as well. And we have just your standard service awards, your anniversary awards, which you can see on the screen. We start at 6 months and we go all the way up until 35 years, right? We have annual gifts that we give every single year on top of what is shown right there. So if you haven't received a new safety vest this year and your T-shirt pack, then please go to your terminal and ask for it. They sometimes need reminders, you guys. We've got a lot of drivers out there, right? And that's to be a part of it. We want to make sure you guys have new shirts to wear and a new safety vest if you need it, so that it's clean and you look great. So we have the road to recognition, and I want to make I want to kind of clarify something. We do have a driver performance program, and that's a bonus program that some of our drivers are involved in. But this program right here is completely different. This is for their anniversary. This is to celebrate their their time with us, right? And so we want to give a little bit of love every year. And then we have, it's just great programs. And then from there, we also have a 1,000,000 mile program for our company drivers. And so when they hit 1,000,000 miles, they can, they earn awards there. We have what, 5, I think 4 million mile drivers. I don't have all the numbers in front of me right now, but I think we have 100 and 30 something, 3 million company drivers. We even have it for owner operators, an appreciation program for them. I mean, the list goes on and on. And
Yeah.
tied to that driver performance program, we also have the Diamond Driver program, so they can earn awards that way as well.
For sure. You know, going back to our Million Mile program, we actually bring in our 3 and 4 million miles here to Phoenix, right, Tish?
Yes. Yeah. We put on a big show for them and bring them in and put them up in the hotel with their loved one, and they get to choose a family member. They get to choose a representative from Swift that they feel has done the most in their career, right? And it's just fantastic. And I would like to say that I'm the resident hugger. I am the hugger of Swift. I feel like we need to make a little booth so that I can, give that love to everybody out there. That should be a part of the rewards program.
Yes.
And there's a lot of perks to being like a million mile driver, besides Tish's hugs, which are a plus. But don't our drivers who hit 1 million miles also get to pick a truck in the make and model, or the make and model and color of their choice?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. And so we have a few guys that aren't eligible just because of what line of business that they're in. But generally speaking, most of our company drivers are eligible to choose their own truck and the color of it. And unfortunately, this year we're already running out of trucks. So our million milers that are crossing over right now, unfortunately, have to wait a little bit until the spring when we can start ordering again. But it's about a 6-month process for the trucks to get here, and guys love it, right? We put a decal on the side of it. If they're a Diamond driver, they can get a decal for that. If they're a military veteran, we'll give them a decal and put that on there. And that's not just for our million milers, you guys. If you're a military veteran and you want a decal, or if you're a Diamond driver, we can make sure you guys get that as well.
Yeah, I will say anything that we're talking about here, if you're like, wait, I didn't get that, I think you need to talk to your driver leader, your terminal leader, or our rewards team. For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I need to mention, you guys, there's a phone number that when our drivers hit these milestones, I want to make sure that every driver out there knows that phone number is 307-337-9434. And that, or 9438, I'm sorry, that's 307-337-9438. And if you would, please make sure that phone number is in your phones. It's going to be only a text number. It's not a number that you can call. If you feel like you have maybe said stop to that or anything like that, you can actually text 307-337-9438 and put start or unstop. And then you can start getting those text messages again, because that's your notification on how to order your stuff, your swag, or whatever it is you're getting that year. That's how it happens.
Awesome. So I did see something on our rewards program. There was 3 little gold numbers. So I know we have somewhat of a Legends program here at Swift. How does that work, Tisha?
Yeah, we have a Legends program. So if you have been with Swift for 25 years or more, and it has to be without a break in service, right? If you've been here with us for 25 years or more, you get a very nice bonus at 25 years, 30 years, and 35 years. And then along with that is some really incredible stuff, some really nice big leather bag, and just some beautiful things. And so we've got some amazing folks in our company right now that have hit that legend status. And it's awesome to see that lengthy tenure, right? It's awesome to see what they've achieved, and it's great to celebrate them for sure.
Awesome. We do have a couple of questions here. So this is from Lindsay. It says, good evening. 2 questions for you. Do we still have payroll deduction for a company store purchase? And can we bring back the stores that were in Memphis and Columbus? It'd be really nice to shop and buy instead of having to wait for a delivery.
I would love to have those stores back, but that would be a little tough for me to handle, I think, because the stores we have online and in Phoenix are amazing. So what we have is in the store in Phoenix, you can do payroll deduct your debit card or your credit card. Okay, that's the options of pay there. We don't accept any cash in the store. Now online, unfortunately, we don't have payroll deduct yet. We're still working on that. We're trying to get that in place,
Getting
but
close.
it's getting close. We're getting there. And so you cannot do payroll deduct at this time, but every year, except those monumental years of 1, 5, 10, 15, and 20, you will get a company store gift voucher for your anniversary. So it's like basically $50 that you can go out and spend at the company store that you can't use in the on-site store. So there's some benefits and perks to both of them. And we're trying to get there, guys. We're trying to make some programming changes and we're working on it. It's just, this is a big ship and it takes a minute to turn it. So, but we're getting there.
So Tish, are you saying that somebody could have money in their online company store account right now and maybe not even know about it?
Yes, ma'am. I've actually had a couple of drivers call me and they have literally had sitting there $150, $100, like they've got money in there to spend. And so if you need it, you can go to swiftcompanystore.com and you can sign in using all capital Swift with your driver code or your employee ID. If you've never signed in before, your temporary password is going to be your driver code and then Swift with a capital S, 123. And if you need anything, you guys, my partner in crime is Tracelyn Pauly. She is absolutely incredible and she can help you with getting signed in. I can help you with getting signed in. Just reach out to us and let us know.
Yeah, and I wore my trusty little shirt today with Tracelyn and Tisha on it. It says, they aim to please, and they really do.
We do every single day. We try to make it great for everybody. And there is an email, you guys, rewardsandevents@swifttrans.com. And you can absolutely email us. You can, whatever it is you need, just reach out to us and we can take care of you.
Awesome. So we do have a couple of more questions here. Somebody has a request. They said, how about a Carhartt Swift Transportation logo winter jacket on the back?
I would absolutely love that. That's a great idea. And we've actually been looking at some different jackets, you guys. It's kind of tough sometimes, right, to get the right things in at the right time. We're still learning, right? We're in trucking. We're trying to figure out the retail piece, I think. So, but it's a great idea. I'll definitely take it back to the team and see what we can come up with. But that's great. Thank you for that.
Somebody else, Brett asks, why is it so hard to see miles we have driven? So I heard that we are working on something to help get those sent to the drivers so that they're able to have some visibility into it. But I know that's really new and I might be speaking out of place. But that is what a little birdie told me.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I'll tell you, this is one of the challenging pieces for Tracelyn and I, because in our system, there's like 10 different places that you can see miles, and it seems like none of them match, but it has to do with payroll versus, what's actual. But we do combine company driver miles and owner op miles. So it's all combined together. And even if you leave Swift and you come back to Swift, you still get your miles back. So it puts you kind of ahead of the game for that next mileage award.
And they can always talk to their driver leaders, right? Like if they want
driver
to know.
leaders, they can call us. They could even call us. They could call their fleet leader, their driver leaders. And by all means, just get with us and we'll help. And we're doing trainings right now with a lot of our teammates and a lot of our team members so that we can get them up to speed on what the programs consist of and what they're supposed to do out there. So we'll make sure that everybody's on the same page and we'll get that information out to you. But Alcira, I had heard that also. I heard we're trying to work on something to put it out there so that the drivers have visibility of that.
Okay, cool. So we do have one really good question. Does the gift card that's given for milestones expire?
Good question.
No. Nope. They used to, but they don't anymore. Now, the only
Not
way
anymore.
that you would lose it is if you leave the company. That's the only way you're going to lose it, because if you leave, that account is closed, and that basically that award goes away, and then you're starting back over. So definitely, it's no expiration right now, but you would lose it if you left the company.
Yeah, so you can actually like save it up for a couple of years and get something really cool.
I
If you
mean,
want to, right?
we've got Ray-Ban glasses out there, Oakley sunglasses. We're trying to get some pass-through items, some
Mhm.
things that could probably work for their truck. We're still looking into that to see how that we can make that work and get some affordable things that they can utilize in the truck. But gosh, we've got a lot of great things out there on the company store right now.
So
I
Tish,
mean,
if
it's
they
just
have
great.
ideas, because I see a lot of like, how about this? How about that? How about this? If they have ideas of what to put in the company store or rewards in general, what should they do?
Tell us. Give us that feedback. Send it in a voice your choice. We have
Voice
a
your choice.
company store. Yeah, we have got company store voice your choice. You can say it in your surveys and in your engagement surveys and provide it. You can call Tracelyn and myself and just talk to us and let us know. And I mean, there's been things that we've added to the company store already that was just feedback from them. Different colored shirts. We've done different jackets. We've got some great sweatshirts out there right now that our incredible designer made. She's just fantastic, and Neva put those together, and everybody, those are just flying off the shelf. So a lot of great things out there, you guys. And we added some pet stuff, right? We're trying to get some more kids stuff in there. That's all been feedback from our drivers and our
Yeah.
staff to let us know what they need.
So, Tisha, you said that if you leave and you come back, your miles are still going to be there. Somebody said that they were told that their miles would start over. Is there a time frame when they have to return so that their miles stay, or will that always be the case?
No, ma'am. It's always the case because it's tied together. The owner op and the company those miles are tied together by their social security numbers. So as soon as their social security number goes live again, it's going to pick those miles back up, and they do not start over.
That's good news.
And for any of my internal staff, 3583 is the screen that you want to go to look at miles. 3583. Pro tip.
That's true. We actually part of the surveys that we just got for the annual engagement survey. Yes, I'm giving a call back to surveys, but part of that is we're getting stuff about rewards and asking, how does it look? Are you getting everything you need? Things like that. And your team has been calling them and talking to them directly, getting some more information on that. And I just think it's just a good way to just kind of share that information and understand what's going on. But on top of that, what we noticed is we need to do some more training internally, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need to make sure
Absolutely.
that our driver leaders that are out there working hard and doing what they do to keep our drivers safe and on the road, we've got to inform them on things to kind of funnel to our drivers. So we're doing some training. I say we, I'm not doing anything. Tish and her team is doing these trainings internally and just kind of really kind of going back to basics and just making sure that people understand what's out there.
Absolutely. And I hope everybody understands that those surveys are so important to us, and truly we had a call to action as soon as we got the responses in, and we immediately started calling drivers, and we've immediately started making changes. We've reached out to leadership at all the terminals and said, this is what we're hearing. What are you doing? And so it truly was a call to action, and it's not just about the rewards. It's about everything that they gave us feedback on. I guarantee there's so many people right now working just to respond, right? To do the right thing and make it better. So I 100% believe in us and what we're doing here at Swift, and I'm excited to love on these guys and gals out there. I think they work very, very hard, and I hope that they see that we're trying to show that appreciation for sure.
For sure. So I don't think we have any other questions.
Oh, come on. I'm sure someone has questions
Oh my
out there.
goodness.
We just
For
have
real.
we have a lot of requests. Like they're like, oh, can we get this? Can we get that? So voice your choice or
Voice your
let
choice.
us know.
We'll make sure to go
Absolutely.
scrub through these comments as well and see what we can pull from this as well, because we'll take feedback any way we get it, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shout
and
out
actually
to a few people on here that gave us shout outs at the beginning. Now I totally lost it. Looks like Chris said, hey, what's up, Chris?
Yep. Some people are like, oh, I just got my 1,000,000 miles, or I love our rewards and recognition team.
Thank
Um,
Oh,
we got a
Charles.
hi,
What's up, Charles?
Tina.
Working on some stuff with Charles. You should have something soon. Check the mail.
Check it.
you.
Oh,
And I
man.
love
Well,
seeing the guys that said that they got their truck. Like, I love seeing all those pictures. I love seeing the celebrations that the terminals have. Because even, Tina, you mentioned earlier, right, that we have that 3 and 4 million mile event. But even at our terminals, they have 1 and 2 million mile celebrations, right? So
Yeah.
each terminal puts on a celebration for their own million milers and love on them. So I just, it's so much fun, right? It's so much
It
fun.
is fun. You know,
Yeah.
it's interesting. I remember when we first brought over the 1,000,000 mile trucks where you could pick a color, and I have to say I wasn't a big fan of it because I was like, oh, hold on, don't mess with the blue, right? But seeing all these cool colors out there, it's like, hey, 1,000,000 miler, that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
you know
Yep.
right away
Yeah.
that's a 1,000,000 mile
Yep.
driver, and he earned that truck.
That's right.
And they're so
Yep.
proud of their trucks. It's actually really inspiring to see. And I know that a lot of our drivers who are looking forward to getting 1,000,000 miles look forward to it because of the truck and all the perks as well.
For
But
sure.
I mean, it's a big deal.
Yeah, and you know, so we give out these kits, 1,000,000 mile kits, diamond driver kits, things like that. Whenever you get these achievements, legends, things like that, those special programs, Tish, whenever they log into the company store, do they get to see those items?
Yeah, so once they've achieved it, they'll be able to order individual items on their company store. So we haven't figured out a way, like if you're a 1 million miler, how you don't see the 2, 3, and 4. But obviously, we've got some very honest guys out there. You're not going to be buying 3 and 4 million mile stuff if that's not where you're at. It's fantastic. So you can order a new hat, or you can order a new shirt if you need a new diamond shirt, or you need a new 1 million mile shirt. So there's ways to get it. If you ruin it or something happens to it, by all means you can replace it in the company store. And so you definitely want to jump in there and take a look at it.
Yeah, so we threw a lot at you as far as rewards and subscribe here and do this and do that, but we want to let you know if you don't respond, we also have a team that kind of tracks you down, right, Tish?
Yep, we sure do. We sure do. So Trayson and I get a list. We go over that whenever the guys haven't signed in, or haven't, if they haven't responded to their awards, they go into like a missing link, if you will. And so we chase them down and make sure. And I want to say, you guys, if you get these text messages that you're going to get an award and you're not interested, you just don't want the swag or you don't want the things, there is a decline option in that link. So please go ahead and click on it and just hit decline, and then we'll carry on, and we won't bother you anymore, and you won't, you don't have to worry about it. So there's some options around it if you're not interested. But I can't imagine, like, it's good stuff. It really is.
Yeah, and we have gotten some feedback on the social end, like that drivers wanted to be recognized on social with all their swag. All you have to do is send it in. So you could send it to rewards and events. You could send it to communications at swifttrans.com. You could send it to the social team at swifttrans.com. Any of those inboxes will get your picture and your recognition to us. And honestly, a lot of the driver leaders do a great job at providing that information to us because they're proud of their drivers. So we will post that publicly. But if you feel like you didn't get posted and you want to see your picture out there and you want to share it with your loved ones, just let us know and we will put it up there. Like, we are very proud of our 1,000,000 mile drivers, and we are very proud of all of the reward incentives that we've put together. And so if you want us to share something, send it in and we'd be more than happy. You can always instant message us also on any of our platforms and we'll see that content.
For sure.
I see a question in there asking about gold rings. So we do have gold rings for 1,000,000 mile drivers out there. So
Yes.
so Daryl, I don't know how close you are, but 1,000,000 mile ring, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, they get a
Yeah.
ring, a watch,
and that's-
right?
It's all kinds of things.
Yeah, so there's kind of a misconception because everybody believes that the ring comes at 10 years, but it usually takes around 10 years to get to that 1,000,000 mile mark. So oftentimes it's a correlation between the two, but that's not the case. At 10 years, it's a totally different kit. It's a totally different award. The 1,000,000 mile award is based on your miles, and the first the first million, you get the gold or silver ring if you choose. And then our owner operators, because of the we can't treat our owners like we treat our company drivers. The owners have an appreciation program, and that's only mileage related. We can't give any kind of service awards for tenure for our owner operators. So that's the difference there. Is the owner operator appreciation program is solely based on miles, and it's quite lucrative as well, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good thing to point out, because we did have a question from an owner operator who said, I'm coming up on 5-year anniversary. On my 5-year anniversary, what will I get for this? So, owner ops
Miles based.
are based
Yeah,
on miles.
all mileage based. Unfortunately, we love the fact that you've been here for 5 years, and thank God for that, right? We want you here. We want you to stay here. We're so glad that you have chosen to have your business leased on with us. It's absolutely phenomenal, right? But unfortunately, we just can't do that with the service awards like we can with our company drivers.
All right. Looks like Daryl said 8 more years. Daryl,
Hey,
I love it. I love it. Oh, we got Tracelyn in the house. She dropped in the chat, said, "Hey."
Hey, Tracelyn, she's my girl, man. She works hard for you guys, and she puts in all those extra orders. And if something was missed, she makes sure to take care of you. And we work really closely with our leadership teams across the country to make sure that we take care of everybody.
Hey, Tisha, and one last thing. You mentioned something about working with our dedicated teams. Is there something in particular that you're working with them on, or is it just to better educate them on what is available to our dedicated drivers?
Yep, the programs are all the same for all of our drivers across the board. Dedicated, intermodal, flatbed, they all fall into that same bucket, right? It's just a lot of our locations are on site, right? And so they're not right there with the terminal, and they're not, maybe not on all of the same calls. So what we try to do is just go out specifically to those groups and do a little bit more education, do some training. We actually, we just got a few more set up next week to really hit with our intermodal groups, our flatbed groups, and a couple more of those dedicated locations. We just got done working with our grocery teams. So just a lot of stuff. We're trying to put that information out there so that nobody is missed, because nobody should be.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
And if not, we'll track you down, right?
That's right. We'll find you.
We'll find you.
We will find you.
It's true. Oh man. Well, hey, we've talked a lot about rewards. We want to make sure that you guys are rewarded as much as humanly possible, because we absolutely love you guys. And if you're not getting rewarded, let me just give a call back to our driver feedback. Make sure that you're voicing your choice. Make sure that, when those surveys come in, that you're honest and you tell us what's going on, because that's how we get better, right? As a team.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. And don't forget that text number, you guys, 307-337-9438. I'm going to tell you right now, there's one of our service providers out there that is really pink, that chooses to put our stuff on block. So if you don't have that phone number in your phone, and you're with the pink company, you might not be getting those text messages. So make sure you add that to your phone.
Right. And those text messages, Tish, what are they saying to them exactly?
It's just really kind of congratulating them on whatever. Like if they're a brand new driver, it's going to say, hey, welcome to the team. Go see your DQ team to get your new swag. If it's your 1st-year anniversary, it's going to say, hey, congratulations on your 1st year. And if it's something that you need to order, it's going to tell you to click on a link to go in and fill out your information. If it's the Million Mile program, in regards to the rewards, is automated. In regards to the truck, it is not. So you're going to kind of hear from all the groups when it comes to that Million Mile truck and your Million Mile awards. But yeah, they're various different verbiage, if you will, in the text message. And along with that, their leader is also being notified at the same time. So everybody should be on the same page as to what you've earned and what you're deserving.
So they can always call their leadership or the rewards team if they're not sure if that's a legit link, just to verify and be safe, right?
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
a good call out. Watch out for those
Yep.
cyber attacks.
Yep, for sure.
Yes.
And I try to make sure that we have Swift on there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a logo or a shield or something. So if you're seeing that and it says rewards and recognition or your rewards team, it's us. It's definitely
Yeah, and I would hope
us.
you would know when your anniversary is, but if you don't, ask your driver leader.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, is there anything else that you ladies would like to say before we close out?
I don't think I appreciate you guys so much. I know there's a lot of comments in here about what about pay and what about this and what about that. So the rewards program that we're talking about is more like swag and t-shirts and hats and things like that. Pay is completely separate department. Unfortunately, we cannot control that. But we hope you feel the love from us on our rewards program. And if not, voice your choice. Let us know. Tell us.
Absolutely. And just know too, guys, that the rewards and recognition team is tied to the retention team, right? So if you can't get somewhere, or you're struggling and you just don't feel like you're being heard, you can call us and we'll get you where you need to go. I promise.
Absolutely.
We'll find them too. We don't just chase you down. We'll find who you need for sure. I promise.
Yeah, we do that all the time.
Yeah, we sure do.
Oh,
All right.
great.
Well,
All right, guys.
Well, we appreciate everything you do.
Absolutely.
Stay safe out there, and let us know. Give us your feedback.
Keep the shiny
on
side up,
trucking.
you guys. Keep on
the
trucking,
shiny
that's
side
for
up.
sure. Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone.
Thanks for
Be
having
safe.
us. Take care.